friends. How you doing today? I am doing well, and I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready for this. If you could just come with me, and we'll be in a world of pure imagination. Yes, I'm talking about Gene Wilder as Willy Wonka, and a story behind it. Yeah, without a doubt, hands down, one of my favorite movies of all time. This was the one. This was the movie, and this is the 4K, Blu-ray, Ultra HD, digital when Warner Brothers still did that, and then this is the Blu-ray, Blu-ray high definition in the digipack there. I also have the DVDs and all the rest of that stuff there. Yeah, and the big box set, and yeah. Willy Wonka being one of my favorite movies of all time, and Gene Wilder being one of my favorite actors of all time. Now, this is the thing. So me and the wife, we ended up going out. We went out. We went to. She's like, oh, it was like a Friday night or whatever. I'm like, what do you want to do? And she's like, oh, we'll go to the casino. Now, let me get this very clear. First of all, I do not gamble. I am not a gambler. I don't like to gamble. If I have $5 in my pocket, I'd like to return with $5 in my pocket. My gamble is around my collections, okay? Every Blu-ray I buy, every DVD I buy, every toy I buy, that's my gamble, okay? Are they gonna go up in value, or are they gonna decrease in value? That's my gamble, okay? I don't like to put my money into a machine and leave everything to chance. I don't buy scratch tickets and leave it up to chance, okay? It's not my thing. But every once in a while, the wife likes to take the kids, because they're all 18 plus now, to the casino to go throw $50 in the machine and watch you eat $50. Okay, I won't go up there with any more than $50. And the way we play, this is the trick to playing and winning at the casino. Okay, is every time you win something, anything, whatever it is, you put $5 in, you win $6, you cash out, and then you play with that $5 again. So you got $1 in your pocket, and then you play again, and then you win. Let's say you win $15 or whatever on your $5. Okay, then you take that $5, you play with that $5, you put the $10 in your pocket. Before you know it, you leave with money. Okay, I've been doing this for years and years. Even when I was younger, when I first was old enough to be able to go to a casino, as soon as you win something, you cash out and you don't put it back in the machine. If you win a big amount of money, if you win like $500, $600, one time back when I was dating my wife, I was like dead broke. I was literally begging for money outside of like Shaw's Market, Stop and Shop Market, just to be able to pay my electric bill. And I was like, I was using my credit cards and asking little old ladies if I could put their groceries on the credit cards and go shopping with them. Listen, it was a real life thing, because I needed to hustle in order to get the money. So one time, I got out of work one time, and I just got paid, and I'm like, I'm gonna go drive up to the casino by myself, and I'm gonna I got $20. I'm gonna put $20 in the machine. If I win something, I win something. If I don't, I don't. I lose $20. Okay, what's the big deal? I go up there, put $20 in the machine. I won 500. I cashed out and I left. I was there for about 5-10 minutes. I didn't sit there and say, oh, I just won $500. I think I'm gonna go put $500 back in the machine. No, as soon as I won the $500, I was like, oh, that's good enough for me. Okay, I'm not gonna be greedy. That's good enough for me. Time for me to get the hell out. And that's what I did. So the wife was like, she wants to go to the casino. Now, the only game the wife likes to play at the casino is the Willy Wonka slot machine. There's a Willy Wonka slot machine, and it's really cool because you get so many golden eggs, and the Oompa Loompas drop a giant everlasting gobstopper on top of your head, and you get like 14 extra spins or whatever it is, and it's all free. Listen, she puts $5 in the machine and she plays for a long time. And so as she's playing, because I don't play, I sit on the side of her, and my son was playing. He was big on roulette. I'm gonna go beat the roulette table. Okay, we go beat the roulette table. And my daughter likes to play this other game or whatever. But I just stand there and watch. Okay, so and every once in a while I get a slice of pizza. They got a Pizzoni's or whatever pizza place over there, and I like to get a pizza, or a slice of pizza. But the pizza's like $25 for like 2 slices. So that very rarely ever happens either. But anyway. So the wife likes to sit there and play the Willy Wonka one, and I like to sit there and watch her play it only because it actually plays real footage from the movie. So it's like, if she wins like a certain amount of money, like Grandpa Joe will do a dance around the bed, you know what I mean? Or if there's another one where Veruca throws a temper tantrum and she drops, like she falls down the garbage chute, and all of a sudden it actually flies down from the second part of the slot machine to the first. So it's like watching a movie. It's just fun to watch. So as she's sitting there, she starts winning. She's winning. Now, I'm not talking about winning a lot of money. Let's get very clear. She put $5 in. She won like $30. So she put $5 in, won $30. I said cash out. So she goes and cashes out. She comes back with her $5 bill and the $30. I take the $30 from her. I put it in my pocket. I give her back her $5. I go, here you go, play again. Plays the $5 again. She wins like $15. I'm like, okay, go cash it out. So and this kept going. I'm not gonna give you the exact amounts, but then it started turning into like dollars and a couple of dollars here. And then there was another one for like I think like $40 or $50. So as she's sitting there, I am actually on my because like I always say, these are my core memories. Movies are my core memories. I forget everything. Listen. I'm getting a little bit older, and I really think that due to the medication that I'm taking, they say that there's certain medication that gives you Alzheimer's or gives you like makes you forgetful and stuff. Yeah, I really think I'm on that medication that's making me forgetful, or is giving me the Alzheimer's. And the sad thing is I can't stop taking the medication because then I get the shakes and I get like very anxious. I get major anxiety attacks, and it's so I don't know what's better. The fact that I kind of feel like I'm gonna eventually end up with Alzheimer's or dementia or whatever, or I stop taking the medication and I end up shaking like a leaf for the next I don't know 2 or 3 months, or maybe possibly die from drug withdrawals. I mean I don't know. I don't know. I'm weighing it out here. I'm weighing it out, but I'm thinking taking the medication and forgetting stuff eventually down the road is probably the better out of the I don't know. Yeah. You comment. You comment, okay? And on top of that, as far as Gene Wilder goes, I mean, Gene Wilder is a odd actor. He's a very what's the word I'm looking for? I would say underrated actor. I don't know too many people that when you ask who their favorite actor is, they say Gene Wilder. Okay, Gene Wilder's my favorite actor. But I just to me he will always be Willy Wonka. He was amazing in Blazing Saddles. He was amazing in The Producers. He was amazing in everything that every single Richard Pryor. Stir Crazy and what was the other one? Stir Crazy, Silver Streak. All great movies. Okay, and I grew up on them. I grew up that was my childhood. Was sitting there watching Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor movies and Gene Wilder movies by himself. The Woman in Red and but this one right here was the one that was close to my heart. This a little clearer. Was close to my heart. My father when VCRs first came out, and we would have to go to the VCR rental place. You could only the rich people owned a VCR, okay? What happened was when VCRs first came out, you could go and rent one at a Stop and Shop. You can go rent one at a Rent-A-Center. You can go rent one at, there was a couple of places. There was another video store, and then a couple of little video stores would pop up. And what you would do is you'd rent the VCR, and then when you rented the VCR, you would rent some movies with it for the weekend. So they were renting out VCRs, okay? Because a VCR, I think at the time was like $500, and that might as well have been $1 million for the money that we had. So my father was like, okay, weekends come and we're gonna rent a VCR, and you can pick out any movie you want. Now I would pick out Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory every single time. I don't know how old I was. I'm not going to give you a date. But I will tell you, when we got home with it, I don't know if you remember this, but they would give it to you. Like, you would pick this off the shelf. You say, I want Willy Wonka. And they would give you, like, this brown clamshell case. It was, like, made out of some kind of fake faux leather. And it would say Willy Wonka on it, written on it, like typed on it, like, in some kind of type. And you would take it home, and you open it up, and it would be the Willy Wonka VHS tape. Well, for some reason, my father would rent it, and every time he rented it, for some reason, it would be Hollywood Hot Tubs. The movie, I'll never forget it. The movie, it was like a beeline, borderline pornographic movie called Hollywood Hot Tubs, and for some reason, it would always be in the same brown case. My father would bring it back, and he'd keep telling the guy, he's like, hey, listen, I keep renting Willy Wonka for my son, and we keep getting Hollywood Hot Tubs. I mean, can we do something about this? Oh, yeah, just next time when you rent again, whatever, we'll give you one for free. Okay, so I go there again. Hey, Dad, can I get Willy Wonka? Yeah, get Willy Wonka. Bring it home again. I don't know why he never checked. I don't know why. In my heart, I'm starting to think that he enjoyed watching Hollywood Hot Tubs. I think that was his movie, and like he didn't mind that it was in the same, because I would never get to watch my Willy Wonka, but he would watch Hollywood Hot Tubs. So yeah, it was like a strange thing, but Willy Wonka never came home during the rental place. It was always Hollywood Hot Tubs. But when VCRs became affordable, and that this was one of the first movies that I purchased on VHS. So with that said, I got some stuff. I got some Gene Wilder stuff, okay? Now, as my wife is gambling away over there and playing with her $5 or the $50 that we had to play with and whatever, she's gambling, and I'm starting to see that she's actually making a little bit of money. Not a lot of money, but she's, like I said, she's making like $30 on 5. She's making like $40 on 5. And I'm like, so I'm telling her, I'm like, listen. We gotta I need to make a memory here. We need to make, this is fun. We're having a good time. You're having a good time. You're actually winning. I'm enjoying you watching you play. You're smiling. I'm smiling. Kids are here. I gotta make a memory. And she's like, well, what are you gonna get? What are you gonna get? I'm like, I don't know. It depends on how much you win. Now, if you win enough for me to buy something that I've been wanting to get for a long time, that would be awesome. And she's like, okay, yeah, all right. So she keeps playing, and I'm like, I'm putting the money in my pocket. I'm giving her back her $5. Putting money in my pocket, giving her back the $5. She's playing, and we left, and I went home after finding. I put a couple things in my cart as on my eBay cart, like I think I'm gonna pick these up eventually. The prices were, yeah, okay. So what I have here. This is it right here. This is one of the things, because yeah, I went a little Gene Wilder crazy. What I have here is, to me, probably one of my holy grail now of all things that I bought. Okay, or one of my holy grail of my collection. Okay, and the guy, I had to talk him down a little bit. I sent him a message. He sent me an offer. Okay, and then I sent him a counter offer. And then he sent me a counter offer, and then I explained to him my situation. I'm like, listen, I ain't got the money for this. But it's something I've always wanted. And he tells me, he goes, okay, I'll sell it to you. He goes, but there's a story behind it. And I'm like, because as I'm looking at it, I was questioning things. Something that seemed a little off, and I was like, something's not making sense to me. And he goes, he goes, if you are the buyer of the item, almost like if you are the founder of the golden ticket, then I will tell you the secret behind the item. And I was like, okay. I said, I'll purchase the item. I'll purchase it for you for the counter offer that you gave me. Sounds reasonable enough. And it is an autographed Willy Wonka Gene Wilder photograph. Look at that. There it is. Now, your question probably is what was your question? Now, if you notice, the signature is right here. It says Gene and Wilder over there. Is that correct? Okay. So it's kind of like this. So the question in my head was, why did Gene Wilder sign his name like this? Why didn't he sign it on the hat? Why didn't he sign it on like an Oompa Loompa's face? Why did he sign it this way and not this way? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't it go that way? That was my biggest problem. Now, this is Beckett certified, so if I did look up the number, and it's in the Beckett banks. There's the certificate of authenticity. It also has the matching number. So this is 100% official. Okay, this is 100%. Okay, 100% guaranteed by Beckett to be a real, authentic Gene Wilder autograph. So, but the question is why did Gene sign it like this? So, the guy goes, it's a funny story. I'm like, he goes, if you purchase it, I'll tell you the story. And I'm like, okay, well, I purchased it. What's the story? I said, because I got a YouTube channel. I'm going to want to tell my friends, my viewers, the story behind the Gene Wilder autograph. And he's like, well, Gene Wilder, and I know this is true because he also sent me photographs. Okay, so there's accompanied photographs of Gene signing this thing. I guess he was doing a book signing for his book in, I think he said, I want to say it was Colorado or started with a C. Started with a C. I'm not going to be 100% sure with that. I probably should have memorized where he was signing, wherever he was signing it. They said on the door that you could not bring in any personal items. He was doing a book signing. So what the guy did is he actually purchased the book, and he put the picture inside the book like this. And what the guy told me was, and there's a photograph to back this up. When he slid the book over to Gene Wilder, he asked Gene Wilder if Gene Wilder could please sign the picture and not the book. And that's why Gene signed it like this, because it was actually in the book, pressed in the book this way. So when he slid it over to him, it was like this. Gene Wilder opened the book and signed it Gene Wilder like that. So that's why it was signed like that. So you know what? I personally, I gotta tell you, I love the story behind it. I thought that was awesome. Listen, Gene Wilder has passed away. I am not gonna be able to get another autographed Gene Wilder or anything. The prices of a normal autographed Gene Wilder anything starts at around $500. I did not pay $500 for that. I did not pay $400 for that. I did not pay $300 for that. I did not pay $280 for that. I did not pay $200. I paid around $250 paying for only because my wife ended up winning a little bit of money, and she said, go ahead, do it. We want to put the first so much money down on it, and then make the payments on it. You go right ahead." And that's where I was with that. And I battled with it. I battled with it too, because I'm like, wow, that's kind of pricey. It's like 250 or whatever. That's a lot of money for an autograph. But I'm like, the man he does not exist anymore. He ceases to exist. So I mean, um, and I like the picture. I like the picture. I like the story, and I like the fact that it's Beckett certified, because being a kid born in the '70s and collecting football cards and baseball cards and basketball cards back in like the late '80s, early '90s, like around 90, 91, 89, 88. Beckett was like the thing. Beckett was, if you guys remember this, I mean, we can get to a big talk here. I'm not a sports fanatic. I'm not a sports fan at all. What I am is a collector, okay? And at the time, I would go to we had a card collecting club after school, and I would go to the card collecting club. I was all about trying to make money off the cards. I could care less who the players were. I didn't know who they were. Now we're talking back in the. If anybody asked me what fan I was a fan of the Chicago Bears. Okay, this was the Walter Payton, William Perry, Richard Dent years. Okay, those years. Okay, and I had a refrigerator Perry thing, but I never watched a football game in my life. Okay, I was just obsessed with the characters of the refrigerator Perry. This was during the time when they were doing I think it was Bury the Bears and Squish the Fish, the Bears versus Miami Dolphins. And we're not here to start no trouble. We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle. That around that time, and I would go to the card collecting thing, and Beckett was the price guide that I would go by in order to find out what my cards were worth. And so if Beckett's been around for that many years, and people are swearing by Beckett, and Beckett's got their own, and they're going to give me a lifetime guarantee that this is 100% original for the life of the thing. You can't take the little sticker off. I'm on board. Now where should I go? Now I'm going this way. I'm gonna go this way. So that led to something else. Now, I purchased a while back a copy of Gene Wilder's book, read by Gene Wilder, on audio CD, because I don't read. I don't read, and if I'm going to have anybody read me a book, if I buy a book on CD, I want it read by the author. I want the author. Like, I bought another book or whatever, and it was like read by Johnny Depp. I bought another book that it was read by what do I got over there? Keith Richards. I'm trying to look at the ones I got over. I got a Mr. Rogers book that's read by Mr. Rogers. That kind of stuff. So I like when the read by the author. So what happened was I ended up purchasing a copy of Gene Wilder's book, and it was a library copy. So, like, the first disc played halfway through and then started skipping. Then the second disc was like, it played fine. And the third disc was like, it wouldn't play at all. Fourth disc, so I was all over the place with the book. I never got to finish the book. And it was actually a really cool story. So, I go look for the Gene Wilder books. Now, the books on CD, and they're going for like $300-$400. He passes away. Of course, they people are cashing in on his death, and then prices of everything go up. So I saw this on Amazon, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take another chance on the Gene Wilder book from the library, because this is a library copy book. So I'm not thinking too much of this, but it was like $11. Okay, and $11. Let's see what the library. Yeah, and they put it. My other one looks exactly like this. It's in these like weird little sliding things there, and they've been used big time. You know what I mean? Like, people rent stuff from the library, take stuff from the library. They don't take care of this stuff. They beat the crap out of it. I mean, these don't look that bad. They don't look any different than something I would buy from, like, if it was in like acceptable or good condition or whatever. But it was like $11. So I'm like, okay, well, they're selling used on eBay for like $300-$400. I'm gonna take a chance on another used copy of the Gene Wilder book. But as I'm scrolling down, I'm like, hold on a second. Let me do this here. This is actually already open, because it came in a couple of days ago, and this is actually the Gene Wilder book again. Now, this one I paid $12 for with free shipping. So the first one was $11. This one was $12. Now, this one, I will tell you, is pristine. I mean, we're talking, this came from somebody's private whatever. The discs are spotless. I have already listened to the first two discs of the book. No skips, no hisses, no nothing. Perfect condition. So I am very pleased with that. And as far as the other one, that one came in today. I don't know. I didn't open that up. I haven't listened to it yet. I haven't tried to see if it was any good. But yeah, Gene Wilder's got a book. Yeah, and I'll tell you right now. This one it's called. Kiss Me Like a Stranger. Um, he wrote 3 or 4 different books, but the other ones were not a book of his life. This was the only one that was actually a book of his life. Tells the story of him with Gilda Radner. Tells a story about him in the movies. Tells a story about him with Richard Pryor. Tells a story about him growing up when he was a kid and what his real name was. And it tells the whole story all the way up to the point where with the cancer and everything. It's everything is in here, and I'll tell you, it's he had a odd life, a very you wouldn't think you'd have, for me to explain it, it would be almost impossible. You'd have to read or listen to the book. And so yeah, Gene Wilder was a special kind of guy, and what a heart he had. You know what I mean? He had a great heart. So that night with the wife, gambling, and with my son and my daughters, that was just a night to remember. So then there's one more. I got one more package, and I'm hoping, because I was like, since I'm getting I want to display that Willy Wonka picture a little bit better than just in a frame. I want to one up it just a little bit, because it's gonna be like one of the pride of my collection here. Now we have bubble wrap. Throw the bubble wrap away, and then right here, yep, it's right here. I have in plastic a replica of, in hard plastic right here, numbered, Willy Wonka's golden ticket. Here it is. This is the February 1st, 10 a.m. shop. Place front gates. This golden ticket ensures admittance. Admittance. Wow, that was good. Right, we're going to say there. From greetings to you, the lucky finder of this golden ticket by Mr. Willy Wonka. Yes, it's in hard plastic. It is a replica. Okay, it was made by NECA. NECA made this. They only made so many of them, and now they're getting to be a little scarce. And I will tell you, the plan is to put the golden ticket, to have this reframed a different way, and have the golden ticket right underneath with his signature. And I am shooting for the signatures of the 5 kids. For some reason, Veruca, not Veruca. I'm just trying to neatly put my stuff here. For some reason, Violet didn't sign as much. Like all this, you can get signatures by the 4 kids, but the 5th kid is really tough. For some reason, Violet did not sign as much as Veruca. Mike TV signed everything. He'll sign anything you want. He's got his own eBay store. He'll sign anything. You send him that guy anything. Obviously, Mr. TV didn't make it any further than Willy Wonka, because what he's doing now is just signing things. Okay, that's all he does. But the rest of them still were actors and actresses. The other ones became better. They got better jobs. Charlie became a veterinarian, and like that's like his thing. He's all happy about that and everything. But yeah, so that's the end of that. So that's my next goal. I'm going to try to get a signature by the group of the 5 children, all five lucky winners of the golden tickets. That's will be my next thing, and I want to make like a big poster type thing. And it all started with this one little memory, and that's what this channel's about. It's all about making memories and rejoicing in the. Listen, what I watched I was watching Charlie in the Chocolate Factory the other day, and the Grandpa Joe asked him. He goes, because he's like, oh no, he goes, with the ticket, he goes, we're not going. I'm gonna sell it. Somebody offered me $500 for that ticket, and the grandfather goes, are you a dummy, Charlie? Are you a dummy? He goes, they make, what does he say? He goes, they print. He goes, everybody has money. It's money is common. He goes, they print more every day, but there's only 5 golden tickets. Are you a dummy? And I was like, and that kind of sunk in my head. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's the money pays the bills, but if you can't enjoy a little bit of your money, I feel sometimes at the end of the week, it's like I got to buy something for myself because I'm like, I worked hard for this money. I took care of kids. I wiped noses. I cleaned tables. I'm sweeping. I'm a lunch lady. I'm a diaper changer, pants changer, pee myself changer. You know, wiping bleach on the table, cleaning underneath tables, picking up tables. Running around with the kids. I think at the end of the week, I deserve to have something. You know what I mean? And yeah, sometimes money is tough to come by. Sometimes it's struggle. Yeah, and you might look at me like, hey, you know what, buddy, that what you just did, that's totally ridiculous. Okay, I would never spend that much money on one item, or I would never spend that on something like that or whatever. Hey, listen, some things bring you joy, and I think life is way too short. I drop dead tomorrow, at least I have a good memory. You know what I mean? I got one good memory, and the wife's got a thing that's worth $250 that she could flip for 500, that she could pay the kids college, or she could put towards the house, or she could, I don't know, go buy herself some new clothes or something. Whatever. I'm leaving her with something, because I sure as hell can't save no money. I don't save no money in the bank. It all goes into my collection, and that's what brings me joy. And if you're watching this channel, that must bring you joy also, because you wouldn't be wondering what I got, and you wouldn't be looking at your own collection and being like, wow, I gotta, you should be proud. If you got an awesome collection you've been collecting, and you could just stop for a second. I don't know about you, man, but man or women, sorry, but I used to work 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week. And I would come home, and I would go downstairs to my basement every single morning, especially on Saturday mornings, because it'd be like the week's all over, and I'm thankful that I'm out of work. If I wasn't working the weekends, I was even more thankful. But I would go downstairs, I turn on the lights, and I just look around. I'd be like, wow, I've accomplished something. I just did a lot of stuff, but I accomplished something, and it brought me a lot of joy. Now it's becoming a little bit more of an obsession. And I got way too much stuff where I can't even see the stuff anymore. It started to become more of a hoarder type situation. But the problem is I just don't have enough time to organize. I'm looking at now. What I would love to purchase is some time. So maybe I should start selling some stuff and start making some more time, so I can spend more time with the family and spend more time with the the house, and straighten up the house. There's just not enough time. Okay, that's the one thing we can never get back. The one thing that I always wish there was more of is time. You know what I mean? It's like I wish eBay sold some time. Okay, I would definitely buy some time off of eBay. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much. This is what I do on this channel every Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And sometimes I go crazy. Sometimes I post every day during the week. I did that about a month ago, or whatever. I posted Monday through Sunday. I figured, all right, I'm gonna give them a whole week's worth. I'm gonna record every day. I'm gonna edit as fast as I can. I'm gonna put everything out every single day. And I lost like 3 or 4 subscribers. I don't know why. I think maybe that was too much. Maybe I was just too much for everybody. But I really do hope you hang in there. And please hit that subscribe button. And I will see you later. You should have saved me some.